What'd you just say?
No, I was talking about lifelong discipleship.
Yeah.
I said, the one thing that baffles me is, well, let me back up. Lifelong discipleship to me is you have a person in your life who you are under covenant with.
Right.
Maybe not necessarily like contractually where you have signed something, but you have made that commitment with that person saying, hey, no matter what happens, if I go through a divorce, if I lose a child, if I lose a family member, if I get thrown into prison, if I get taken to another country, if I PCS, no matter what happens to me, this person is there in my life to hold my feet to the fire, keep me accountable to God, hold me to the standard of the Word of God, all these things.
Right.
And to me, this is that person that's there with you. And we use this word in church. We was like, oh, I need somebody to come alongside me and someone to be with me. Listen, you're in a spiritual warfare. I need somebody who's going to come up next to me and fight the enemy toe to toe, face to face, right next to me.
Right.
I don't want somebody who wants to come alongside me. That sounds pathetic. I don't need weak prayers. I need somebody who prays in the Spirit. I need somebody who, no matter what happens, they're going to be there to make sure that I'm still walking with Christ and that I'm accountable.
Right.
That's the kind of the lifelong accountability and discipleship we need to have in the church. We've lost this. It's completely lost. It says, hey, you know what? I'll see you Sunday. You come on Sunday. You hang out for an hour. You do news, weather, and sports with somebody or a couple families. You, hi. Oh, I'm having a great week. It's wonderful. How about the people who are meeting 2 and 3 and 4 times a week and they say, hey, let's get coffee and let's talk about how I could lead my family better. Let's get coffee. Let's talk about how I can strengthen my marriage. I can become the spiritual leader I've been called to be. In 1 Timothy 3 talks about being the overseer of your household. We need men discipling other men who are involved. You don't want to get to the end of your life. You don't want to meet your Creator and Him look you in the face and say, I blessed you beyond measure. You weren't generous. I gave you the truth of the gospel. You shared it with no one. You take a look around in heaven, Lord willing, you've walked with Him in a way that you are there with Him. You get to have this conversation. And you look around and you go, He goes, there's nobody here because of the truth that I told you. You squandered your life. You don't want that. I don't want that. I want lifelong discipleship. I want to preach the gospel to those who are lost. I want people to see the truth of who Jesus is in the way that I live my life. And that starts with lifelong discipleship. You have to find that person in your life. Have that conversation with them and say, hey, will you walk in the Spirit with me for my life?